Hey friends, today I am unboxing my new automatic heat press from Vevor, and normally I like unbox and do a voiceover to get through all of this, but today I'm going to do this in real time because I am curious how easy it is to get it out of the box and start pressing. So we're going to go through that together. Now, a heat press is a machine, a piece of machinery that honestly every craft person needs. I have had the same one for many, many years. It has done me well, but this is my very first automatic heat press. And from the people I've talked to, they have all really liked that feature. So I'm really excited to test it out. It comes with some heat gloves, some directions. I have a fan. Good packaging. I'm just going to be able to take this right out of the box. This color, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Looks like the power cord is already attached. There's a few things we're going to have to take out, but it looks like overall it is pretty much good to go. The power cord is attached to the back. I'm going to cut this little like zip tie, and you'll just need to make sure you put your heat press somewhere with power, and you want to be cognizant of what else is on that circuit. You could run into problems if you have other high-powered machinery or appliances on the same circuit, so just something you might need to be aware of. Before I do anything, I should probably read the directions. I was just going to plug it in, but you know, probably best to take a browse. This is a 15 by 15 heat press, which is a good size. You want at least 12. I think honestly 15 is minimum if you're making things like shirts or sweatshirts or other apparel. That 12 inches isn't always big enough. 15 is great. All right, step one, plug in the power cord. We've got I'm gonna turn it so I can see it, but we've got this screen on here. There's a power button, and it looks like we're able to change the time and the temperature right here. It's opened, this slides out. It looks like we've got a pad here that comes with it and a Teflon sheet, the perfect size to go right in. This drawer slides out very easily. The default setting is 300 degrees and 30 seconds. So it's going to heat up. I'm going to keep an eye on this timer right now. It is 3 p.m. on the dot as I'm recording this. I'm at 85 degrees as I turned it on. We are going to see how long that takes. I am going to actually, you know what? I'm going to start a stopwatch. Why not? To see how long it takes to get to that 300 degrees. I am going to test this heat press with heat transfer vinyl and direct to film transfers. I have both of those here. I am going to see if I can reach out locally if somebody has a sublimation transfer they can give me, only because I no longer have a sublimation printer, but you could use this for sublimation as well. And in the time that I'm filming right now and I actually post this video, I'm going to hope that I can find a sublimation transfer just to do that for all of you. We have 3 different areas that we can change. We can change the time, we can change the temperature, and we can change the pressure. It looks like if you want it, you know, light pressure, medium pressure, heavy pressure, that is what's gonna go, you're gonna change that here. Press start when you're ready for it to press. It is at 3:05 and it took 4 minutes for mine to heat up, which I think is very quick, very efficient, and it works pretty well. So I'm gonna press this play button. I'm not pressing anything right now, but I just want to see how it works. It's relatively quiet, not too loud. It goes down all on its own. The timer is set for 40 seconds, so I probably should have changed that, but we're gonna let that run for 40 seconds and then we'll see what happens after it pops back up. So as it counts down, I think it's gonna beep, indicating that it's done. And the pressure heat plate is going to come back up, and I can pull this out and take off whatever I need. It looks like it heats pretty evenly around the 15 by 15. I actually think that this is maybe a sublimation substrate that came in this box. So I'm gonna go grab some random things that I could sublimate on and test those as well, along with heat transfer vinyl and with the direct to film transfers. I am excited about this in particular for a couple different reasons. One, it's a lot more compact than my previous heat presses that I've had over the last 10 years without like sacrificing the actual press area. It's still 15 by 15, but the actual machine is pretty small and short. So it's a nice compact design. I like the idea of it being automatic. One, it goes straight down onto whatever you're pressing. So there's no like tilting of the heated plate, as well as like the physical energy it takes to press and unpress everything with a traditional type of heat press. I'm really excited to get this going and make things a little bit more efficient and faster. I love the automatic feature because I don't know if anybody else does this, but I'll put my heat press down and I'll like forget, and I'll get going with something else, getting another shirt ready, getting another transfer ready, and there I am pressing my stuff for too long. So I do like the idea of keeping me accountable to only pressing for what I need, keeping the pressure nice and consistent, as well as it, you know, just automatically doing the heavy lifting for me. I don't have to physically open and close my heat press anymore with a design like this. At the timer. So right now I have it set for 20 seconds. Then we have the temperature. I've got mine set at 305 degrees, but you can change that by going up or down. And then we have the pressure. I'm not 100% sure what pressure to use, so I'm gonna keep it at medium. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna press the play button, the go button to let this go. I have already pulled out my drawer. It actually has a lot of space. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of space. It has some space, about 2 inches to lay your item down. I'm using just a black t-shirt, and the first thing I'm gonna test is just some regular old white heat transfer vinyl. This is gonna press for 20 seconds. I'm gonna let it cold peel, and then I'm gonna peel it off. So I have my heat transfer vinyl on top of my shirt. I'm gonna add the Teflon sheet over top of that. I'm gonna push in the drawer, and I'm going to press the play go button. Okay, so it wasn't going. I got nervous for a second. It has to click in order for the press to go. It has to be locked into place. I got a little nervous, but I think that's a good safety feature. You gotta be able to put it all the way in. It's going to then press down. The counting is gonna start. I have mine going for 20 seconds. It has no odor. I've used several different heating tools in different capacities, and a lot of times it's done, it's gonna come back up, but a lot of times the first time you use something, it has a little bit of a weird smell. This doesn't, that's a good thing. And from here, the HTV that I'm using is a cold peel. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna test my direct to film transfers while this cools down. All right, so my next shirt is set. I've got a transfer that I made here myself. I am going to add this to the shirt. I'm going to cover it with my Teflon. I'm going to slide it all the way in. Hear it click. I am gonna actually try this on heavy pressure. I'm gonna change it to 35 seconds and I'm going to press go. While that's going, I'm going to peel my heat transfer vinyl off of this shirt. It worked well. I do think that I'm gonna change it to high pressure just because when I'm doing something, I'm looking for the fibers to be like very visible here, and I need this to be pressed a little bit more. So I'm gonna actually change it to heavy pressure for the next time I do heat transfer vinyl. Timer's up. This is coming up automatically. I really love that. And again, I'm gonna set this shirt aside because my direct to film transfers are also cold peel. I'm gonna press my heat transfer vinyl for a second time, which I always do. I always press it with the film. I remove it and then I press it again. This time I'm gonna do heavy and see if it helps kind of embed those fibers a little bit more. I'm only gonna do it for 20 seconds. Changed it to heavy pressure and I'm gonna press go. It's gonna lower, it's gonna do its thing, and we'll wait 20 seconds. While that's going, I'm going to peel my direct to film transfer, and this looks good. Worked perfectly. I'm gonna press this again as well. It definitely looks better with the heavy pressure. So I like that I can change it. There are a few scenarios where you might want to use a light pressure or a medium pressure, but for, at least for me today, the specific vinyl that I have for heat transfer is going to go heavy, as well as the direct to film. So I'm going to press this one more time. I really like how easy this slides in, how I just have to press a button. I don't have to like do any manual labor to use this press. I am about to start an order for about 53 shirts. So I'm really excited to add this to my craft room to use for my orders. I think it'll make my bulk ordering way easier and way less like strenuous on my end. I liked my old heat press, but I really do love this on the first day trying it. And here we are. We've got a direct to film press. It looks absolutely perfect. I love it. It's working really well. So the last thing I'm gonna try is some sublimation. This came with the package. Like I said, I used to have sublimation incorporated into my business, but I have since retired that aspect, but I did wanna try some so you have an idea, especially since a lot of people do sublimation, and that's a big reason why you would need a heat press. I'm pretty sure this is sublimation paper. I'm gonna try to sublimate it on clear acrylic. I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit because I don't want to get any sublimation design on my little pad that's in here. And I should let you know that this is attached by some like elastic. So you could take it on and off, but I'm just gonna leave it on. But I am gonna cut this down so it just covers the acrylic and it doesn't hang over, because that once you press the sublimation, if it will stick to that pad. So I don't have anything to put under it, but if you did, you could put a Teflon sheet under and over, or like fold it into some like butcher paper or something like that when you're going to press your sublimation designs. I'm going to change this back to medium pressure for this project. According to Google, I'm going to up this to 350 degrees and I'm going to press it for 1 minute. And the time and the pressure and all the things are going to vary a little bit based on the substrate that you're using. I'm just testing this clear acrylic. I really just want to see how evenly spaced it is and how well it works. Okay, so now it's at 350. I'm going to press it for 60 seconds. All right, I am going to peel this away. I was going to say I don't have gloves, but the package did come with some, so I'm going to try this. All right, so it worked honestly perfectly for this random bit of sublimation as well. So now I'm back after a couple of weeks. As you can see, the setup and first test uses were perfect, and now I have made several shirts since. I did 2 large orders, and I am confident in recommending this machine to you. The link to purchase is underneath this video, and if you have any questions at all about this press, especially before you buy it, please leave them in the comments below.